We're all familiar with dental floss, or we need to be, but this makes a great item for your bug out bag for survival. And so we're continuing the series of taking everyday household items and using them in survival situations. You gotta improvise to survive. Dental floss was first invented in 1819 by a U.S. dentist, Levi Parmley. And it wasn't until actually 1882 that it became popular on the market, and then it was really after World War II that dental floss really started coming into its own. One of the big things about dental floss, even in a survival situation, to have this, is that it keeps gum disease and tooth decay down. Gingivitis and other diseases that can happen. It does remove plaque, and it also freshens your breath. So dental floss has just its basic use, and that's really the #1 use. But there are so many different ways to have this, and it's so compact. This is 54 yards, which is 162 feet. And so there's quite a bit of dental floss in a very small package. One of the great things about dental floss is the size. It's really small, comes in small packages. And that leads to putting it away in your bag. You don't even know it's there. But if you ever need it, you have a lot of cordage available to you. Obviously we know what dental floss is, but has a small little cutter right here, and that's also very useful. There's a number of companies that produce dental floss. Some of it is waxed, some of it is unwaxed. And of course, according to the application you're going to use, has everything to do with which is best. But most of this stuff works together for any of these projects. Now, to give you an idea of the strength of dental floss, what we're going to do is just take some of this. We've got a 10-pound weight here, and I'm going to put it through. You need to know the limitations, because this is not necessarily made to hold strength. You're pulling this through your teeth, and you definitely don't want to break a tooth. So here we go, we're going to let go, and as you can see, it breaks at 10 pounds. And here we have a 5-pounder. Now it will hold the 5 pounds. If you have a sewing needle, you can take the dental floss. Here we have a hole in this pocket, and then I can just sew this up using the dental floss. I'm not much of a seamstress, but this definitely works. Now I've got this pocket closed. I'm gonna tell you, my keys have fallen out of this 100 times. If you need to secure some gear, run this through. Of course, I'm doubling up a number of times. Here I've got it secured on my pack, and it's not coming off. And I mean, it's not coming off. If you have a braided rope like this end will come out sooner or later. And just start tying it up. This is called whipping a rope. Just keeps it secure from coming unraveled. Usually you're not going to have necessarily a rope this big, but it will work. Now that'll save your rope from just coming undone. Now, this can be used as a rope, but one of the best ways to do it, instead of twisting it and binding it, is actually just to double up on it. You start really doubling this up and it gets really strong. If you're camping or on the move and you want to secure a pack up in a tree, tie up your dental floss. You'll want to make sure though you go about 4 strands to hold your pack according to the weight. You can even set up a little tripwire using aluminum cans. Just put some rocks in them. They're going to make plenty of noise when something hits it. It can also be used to cut food. If you want to divide it up, cheese, different things like that, you can cut it with dental floss. And so you're ready for breakfast. Oh yeah. We can use dental floss as a fire tinder, and you need the waxed floss. Roll it up into a small little knot like this. Once you get this into its wax form and it melts down, then it'll start to burn. But until you do that, it's not going to burn. Of course, making a spear, and this took over half of the floss, but this is really secure. But be careful, because you can cut yourself. Now, if my aim were better, we'd hit it. Tying multiple strands to make a lanyard, hold on to it. That way, if it slips, you got a good lanyard to hold on to it. Now, if you're building an improvised shelter, definitely something heavier would be better. But if all you've got is some dental floss, then by all means, use it. There's 160 feet of dental floss, quite a bit to really get a secure hold on this. You go ahead and load it up. Just like with the spear, that knife was holding well. And again, this is not going to be your strongest, but it's definitely going to get you some shelter if you have to have it. We have some security here. We can tighten that up some more, but you get the idea. Now, if you want a hiding place, take a vent, some kind of capsule or whatever you got that you can tie the floss to. Once you get it tied to the grate, drop it down. The floss is almost invisible. And eyewear repair. Whoa, I can see. This works well as a clothesline, especially if you get wet, you need to hang your clothes up, or you're washing them and you're on the go. No, I don't have a shirt on. Ladies, just calm down. It can be used as a fishing line. You can go right directly to the hook, or if you have a leader like this, just tie it to your leader, attach it to a makeshift fishing pole, and you're ready to fish. Just need some bait. Supporting plants in your garden. You don't want to tie it too tight, but it'll definitely help out. Sure, you can do it the old-fashioned way, but what fun is that? You have a tarp with eyelets. Of course, this is a canvas tarp. It's going to be a little heavier than your plastic tarps. You'll want to make sure you definitely double up and triple up with this. Right through your eyelet, and then a secure point. Just tie it down. You got a secure hold right here. It's not going anywhere. If you're going to really have to put weight on it though, you want to really get a lot of this doubled up and tripled up. This way it'll help secure it. It does make good binding. I would at least use about 8 to 10 strands doubled up to hold. But this is 4 and it's pretty strong. And now I got to get out of this. Like I said, that's pretty strong, and that's just 4 strands. Also, if you have leaky pipes, especially the wax, floss, you can use it to seal up leaks. At least until you can get repairs done. And it can be reused if you take care when you're undoing it. The OralB seems to be thicker and wider, and so it really gives you a lot more strength. Now, being able to improvise regular household items to suit survival needs or just for convenience, you know, not always just what they're intended for. It's a great way. And yes, there are a lot of different ideas that I didn't include, so please do so down in the comments. One is for stitches. In fact, the original dental floss was from using the material they used for stitching. Of course, I didn't have a large cut, so I didn't want to demonstrate it. But if you have ideas, please leave them down in the comments below. It really helps everyone. So using dental floss in a survival situation, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. by a U.S. dentist, Levi Spear Parmley. And so, household items, other ideas that we didn't leave in the